to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists, where today we begin a new month of coverage. It is February, which means it is Black History Month, and we are celebrating all month long with some incredible black filmmakers, starting with Cauleen Smith in the film DRYLONGSO. It was released on October 17th, 1998, written for the screen by Salim Akil and Cauleen Smith, again, directed by Cauleen Smith. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. DRYLONGSO is a movie that I watched for the first time about a year ago. Small one, nothing too crazy. Very, very independent, very, low budget. Basically DIY filmmaking, which I kind of love. It has so much charm, and immediately when I watched it, I thought this is one that next year, when our coverage comes around next year, I want to hit. So that's why DRYLONGSO got picked today. How'd you feel upon your first viewing of DRYLONGSO?
Man, it was a breeze. Very, not many movies are under an hour and a half, I feel like, nowadays. But I kind of wanted more, not gonna lie. I wish it was a solid 2 hours, but no, it was still complete. I guess I don't want to give that idea off the bat that it doesn't feel complete. But the end, it gets me to cry. I think it starts with the mother. And the conversation on the couch of like, hey, can you cook for my exhibit? And then it was like, and then they hug, and I was like, oh shit. So I think it kind of started there, and then like everyone coming out, even the crazy lady at the end, just eating from a plate. Who knows if she just waited for everyone to leave, got a plate, or if she actually came around.
She's still she's participating in the community regardless, and I think that's I think there's a certain level where they speak to the, I don't know, there's a plethora of routes available at the time, and still to an extent in certain areas of the country for black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is there's a time and there's a era of movies, specifically black films from the 90s, like that really permeated pop culture, like Juice, Boys in the Hood. Like these movies, they speak to sort of this inevitability of, if you don't make it out, you die. And the idea that is a real experience for people in this country, which we consider to be intensely developed and evolved, and generally best world
country in the world.
Best country in the world, as self-proclaimed. But like Toby or not Toby,
Pika or Pika. No, I was like, no, but that's not.
I know
right.
Her real name is Toby Smith, actually, which is what I was kind of thinking.
Okay, that did break my brain.
The other actress's character's name is Toby. Her but Pika's real name is Toby, and then Toby is played by April Bennett. But she goes off listing that series of reasons why she's doing her project in photography class, and it's a bunch of statistics about black manhood, how they're becoming an extinct species. They're an endangered species. And she wants to take pictures of them to document their existence, which is heavy.
Damn.
And none of those statistics have changed all that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's they haven't evolved enough, and that's what makes this movie really, really fascinating for me, is that it's a, hopefully not always, but for the moment, timeless movie. This is nearing 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is almost a 30-year-old movie, and the only difference between... The only thing that keeps this movie from being set now is cell phones. You know what I'm saying? Like, tangibly, there's nothing that happens in this movie that you wouldn't expect to be occurring somewhere now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's not what you really want to feel. It'd be nice if you could say, "Oh yeah, no, what a time capsule of a movie," or it really captures this time period, which is over. But yeah, no, it's that's why it sucks to watch this movie in air quotes. You know, it's just dang, yeah, man, the world is just not as you think it always is, and it's
or as you'd like to think,
yeah. I mean, those statistics. I mean, she just kept. Going.
Whenever she's thinking to herself, and she's like, "Come on, now you know this. Why do I have to say all of it?" You know,
oh man, and I love how the murder could just be any sort of murder. I don't know, random acts of violence, but they do throw in kind of like a serial killer on the loose to kind of just make the threat of being killed so much more immediate. And
one of the interesting choices in the movie that I have a tough time making heads or tails of is the inclusion of a serial killer on the loose.
Yeah.
And then the reveal that the serial killer was Toby's boyfriend.
Yeah. And she was always on the run, I guess. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is tracking. I also missed at the beginning, I heard that they said they alternate between boy, girl, boy, girl. But I didn't hear who was the last murder. I didn't know if it was a woman or a man. So I'm like, I don't know who's in danger. So anyone, it was just. I don't think
they specify who the most recent victim is, and I think it is to kind of, and there's also this part of the movie whenever the dude tries to kill, tries to kill Pica, fails, and then kills Malik, right?
Yeah. Well, at least at least we just find Malik dead.
Yeah, the implication, I think. And see, and I don't know if that's the problem with including a serial murderer in your movie, or if it's kind of the genius where it's like, we have no idea if Malik was killed by a serial killer or was just a victim of violence, you know?
I think it is more that he's a victim of violence, because earlier in the movie, he comes up and kind of is bruised, or I think
he ran into the same tree for the third time.
Yeah, it's like, okay, dude's not running into a tree. I feel like I don't know if he's just getting beat up, or it's just and he's just hiding the fact that something else is happening. And I feel like it's just these people is who I think, because I mean, I guess the serial killer, I don't know his MO. I don't know how he kills or whatever. If it is just I'm gonna get you,
slasher.
But he at least felt more random to me. I'm with you. But the immediate switching and wearing men's clothes, her justification of just people just don't even look at me. It's easy. I'm like, I mean, good. I like that was hit on, but that's not the reason you're doing it. You are just hiding from the serial killer, and I guess that's how I was thinking. It must be a girl. It must be a girl he's after next. And I guess, that makes sense if he does grab Pica. He does, but it could also make sense if he did kill Malik, and then it would switch back to he'd
already killed Malik.
I guess either way, I don't know who the previous murder was, but yeah, the serial killer thing I think was kind of I don't know, it just kind of
the thing that really makes it the most interesting as a choice for me is deciding it's going to be Toby's boyfriend. That's a really, really, I don't know what, and again, maybe that's not part of a message, and maybe it is, and I'm too dense to grasp it. Or maybe it's more specifically for a woman's audience, or, you know, like you have that abusive boyfriend you have might genuinely be a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, you might not be the only one being victimized by this fucking guy. Get him out of your life. You know, like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess.
Maybe I'm too dense to grasp it, but
yeah. I think, like, if it was just a random guy and he was just serial killer for the movie, I think it feels way less legitimate. But at least making them a character that we know and it, like, comes back around, it makes it just kind of feel more like that crime is just everywhere, or like it is. I guess in this case, it is just like he is actually going out to hunt and kill people, which is like, I don't know. Like it feels... That is crazy. Like
being a serial killer.
Yeah, that takes a different kind of crazy.
Yeah, it does. And like repeatedly going out and looking for people to murder.
Yeah,
It's a very.
Does Toby know of this? How long does she know? Like, you know, did she only start to run away because of the altercation at the beginning?
I think
of
just
the movie?
because of the I think the altercation at the beginning is kind of a straw that breaks the camel's back. That's kind of the interpretation I have. Is that like it's a last straw. She's all of a sudden things, and you know, maybe it is because she suspects something, but she can't put up with it anymore. You know, like she's avoiding him, she's running from him, she's scared of him. She's obviously scared of him, and that could just be a result of him trying to hit her and, you know, muscling her and all that stuff. And I shouldn't say trying to hit her, hitting her.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
but
just left her. I mean, crazy. Just like what she said.
Yeah, I mean, he is a serial killer.
Like I forgot what she even said. It was so tame. It was just kind of, I mean, like, yeah, she was dissing him or whatever. It was just kind of like, are you?
But you don't hit somebody.
But oh my god! And then just leave them there on the side of the road and just I guess call a cab, whatever. But still, that's just insane. But hey, I guess he is a serial killer. So actually, no logic is meant to be had, I think.
See, and that's what and that's why I'm kind of like, it's an interesting step to take in the movie to be like, well, he's just like. That's why I think the best way to view it, in my mind, is that your perfectly normal, abusive guy could genuinely be a bigger problem. Or instead of the like, well, it doesn't make all of his like tamer stuff against her less terrible just because he also happened to be killing people. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's just it's a greater disease, and this was one of the symptoms.
Yeah. And I guess because like everything else in the movie just feels so legitimate, or like when she's spitting off those facts, those are coming from real statistics at the time, and then like and just everything else, it's so the message it's sending, it feels so real and legitimate. And then the serial killer thing, I think, is the only kind of thing that's like, okay, we're in a
definitely
movie.
Escalate. Well, and that's what makes me go. That's what makes me want to work it out, and that's why like it does make me feel a little like maybe there's something I'm missing. You know what I'm saying? Like because everything does feel so intentional and so purposeful and so well thought out. The serial killer decision does make me kind of go,
yeah, you're
not trying to not say anything here. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a tangible point that I'm having a tough time grasping. Yeah,
because only Malik's the only one to die, I guess. And then we just hear like on screen and we see him die, but we just hear of other people.
And we hear a lot. We hear a lot of people, but we hear about a lot of people who have just died, not strictly were victims of the serial killer.
Yeah. So it's not like they needed an excuse to like, okay, there's so much murder going on, we don't want it to just be random acts of violence every time. Let's introduce a serial killer. I don't think that's really it. It's like
no, it's I can't imagine it is.
Yeah, it because I don't know. Everything else just does feel so.
I mean, a really good example of a movie that makes it clear that your life is on the line every minute without it being a serial killing villain or entity is Boys in the Hood, where there was a point in the movie where every time you saw a car in the background, you got kind of scared what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, just being outside or just not at home was like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
There's red flags going off. Yeah, so it could just be to make the red flags just way higher. You know, it is like, just that's how bad it really is. Like, you might as well have serial killers on the loose.
Yeah, no, and that's where I'm like, I do think that is kind of part of it, is that like it's they might as well have a serial killer. You know, the thing
it's
that
not
this movie
really
does
them
is literally
doing
make it a serial
killing.
killer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the killing is more just a product of their environment or the everything else put onto them. So it's like he is a real serial killer, I guess, you know, if we take it literally, and he does go that extra mile, but it could be more metaphorical of just it's not, if like the system wasn't actually against them in the ways, and life was truly equal in all ways, that this unproportionate killing would not take place. Like so I mean, yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm stretching a little too far. I don't know.
No, I don't. And see, that's the thing, is I'm open. Like, I'm like, there's because I don't know what it means, I'm not going to be like, no, that's not what it means. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm open. I'm open to it, cause it's an interesting choice. And it is, like, we've started this podcast talking about that choice basically the whole time, which is, I mean, proves how interesting of a choice it is, in my opinion. True. If it's worth talking about.
So much else good. It's to narrow the movie down to the choice. I don't want to make it seem like this is like my only everything. Thoughts that I was having.
It's not everything about the movie. No, like, I mean, Toby Bennett does an incredible job as Pica. This is one of you know, a very, very raw performance that I think feels so genuine a lot of the time. Like, one of my favorite moments, I mean, a lot of it does center around Malik, whether when he was alive or when he sadly wasn't anymore during the movie. But, you know, as much as I love her performance in the obvious moments when she, you know, after she finds Malik's body and she goes upstairs and she cries in her room and she talks to her mom for a second, then she goes and visits her grave. Like, these moments where she's crying and she's obviously doing a great job are incredible. But some of my favorite moments from that actress are whenever she is either just kind of existing or obviously happy. Like, one of my favorite beats during the story is whenever Toby, the character, comes and finds Pica at her house while she's doing the laundry. And she scares her, and Pica goes, "Oh my God." And then she looks so fucking mad, but in that way that's like, I am mad, I'm annoyed mad, but like, you know, you're fine, you know, what's up, you know? And like, there's this look on her face that's just so real, and a look I've given to, I mean, like, specifically Emily, like, just whenever you have a person around a lot and then you don't expect them to be where you find them, it's one of those things where it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. You know? She's great. And then obviously the scenes with Malik when he is alive, she has a different glow about her that I think really, really plays well. Like, when they're reading the tarot cards, or when she takes Toby to meet him while he's selling the shirts and all that good stuff. Like, they just, I mean, incredible chemistry.
Yeah. She just exists as, I think, giving everyone the benefit of the doubt as well. Like, I think there's a guy, she takes the picture of him, but like, I think he comes up kind of eyeing her bag first, and kind of I don't know if that was the idea, that he was just trying to distract to take her bag, but she just is like, "Hey, you know what's going on, and can I take your picture?" And it was just so nice that, like, then he just didn't even think about stealing her, you know. It's like, oh, that's just not even in the cards anymore. I can't, you know. She's just so nice, well, and yeah, like,
she's humanizing, you know. Like, Toby makes a point during the movie talking about white people, where again, going back to the part that you're speaking about, earlier, whenever she's describing why she's wearing the men's clothes. Mm-hmm. And, she says, it used to be that people wouldn't even look my way when I was walking down the street. They would bump into me and then blame me for it. Mm-hmm. And then, now they literally cross the street. They're afraid of me. Mm-hmm. So either as a black person existing in a white person's space, or existing in your own space and a white person enters your space, you are either automatically a threat or you are something to be treaded upon. And whenever whenever Pika decides you're all my equals, there's a deeply endearing and humanizing thing in that. And that's why I think Malik obviously sees in her. I love the Islamic brothers, Muhammad and those three who are like, nah, we're just down to ride, I love those deep guys.
Yeah, they're like, oh, deep message. And then they just stuck around. They were just there. Yeah,
we'll hang out. There. Yeah, whatever you need, I got you. Yeah, no, I love that.
You can say whatever you want to say from right there, dog. He didn't even threaten him. He didn't even say I'm gonna beat your ass. He just said, say what you want to say. Right there, and to a serial killer. He got a serial killer to be like,
he got scared and ran away.
Never mind.
Muhammad also mad fine. God damn,
dude.
That's a pretty. It's a lot of pretty people in this movie. April Bennett, the actress playing Toby, is gorgeous. And so is Toby Smith, the actress playing Pika. Mm-hmm. They're very, very pretty women. And Muhammad, very, very attractive guy. Malik looks like Klay Thompson.
Yes,
can't help but see
Malik
Klay Thompson.
Looked like Klay Thompson. I saw a little bit of like JaVale McGee in Muhammad, the smallest.
Yep.
I don't know.
I see what you mean.
There's like another NBA player. Like if JaVale McGee and someone else, if someone
Michael
else
Beasley.
had. Oh my God! Yes, the hair of Beasley with kind of like an amalgamation of their faces.
Michael Beasley was fucking beautiful too.
Dude, like there's he kind of. I think you might have hit the nail on the head there.
He looks a lot like Michael Beasley. As soon as you said there's another NBA player he looks like, I went boom. It's Michael Beasley. Thank you for mentioning it because I did not put it together while I was watching it. But yeah, definitely looks like Michael Beasley.
But he had some eyes, Muhammad.
Gorgeous eyes.
Yeah.
God damn.
And just so chill. Like, it's like, it I feel like everyone, how they played in this movie, other than serial killer, like, I think they all are just kind of playing, like, legitimate their character.
Yeah, down to earth, being just existing.
I don't know if Toby is like, actually she's afraid of a serial killer through the movie. So
it's definitely a very specific set of emotions that you're playing during that. But
she was also super just like ready, like, oh no, let's cater, like let's get the food ready, like for your
and she had, and she also comes from a very different experience than Pika. Like I like the idea that she's well to do. Toby is like, she's got money. She never really has to worry about it. She's ready to provide. She's ready to nurture, because she has the money to do so, not because she has the instincts to do so, but because she's like, I can afford it, And don't get me wrong, like, she is still a very kind person. I don't want to be like, well, she's only kind because she has money. No, not by any stretch of the imagination. I don't want to say that, but, no, I love the way that Toby and Pika immediately click, and Toby finds a safe space with Pika, and Pika finds a safe space with Toby. I think it's a really, really, it's a beautiful dynamic. These ladies catch a body together. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta plot their getaway from a murder together.
Yeah, that's
you know what
true.
I'm saying? Like
that's true.
That's a bond you don't break right there.
Maybe that's why. It's like they murdered someone. The only way to make that okay is like, well, yeah, they murdered a serial killer. They actually are fucking heroes.
See, I don't even think that would be a problem. If the guy's coming up and assaulting her, like, yeah, shoot his ass. Like you got a gun. Fuck it.
I don't know. Maybe it does actually feel a little bit more of like, damn, it's black on black crime. Maybe that hits harder if it's actually not a serial killer and it's just like, dang, even them just defending themselves is
becomes
like
a statistic.
Another one. But yeah, it's I mean, they are both just so genuine people. Like, I think they both have this air of just like they're
kind.
existing so well together, and they were so opposite. They had that moment where they were like saying the exact opposite of like, man, my mom is never here and I just have all this money and like it does suck. Like, I wish I did have a mother here. And then Pike is like, well, yeah, I love my mom, but like, man, home is kind of not exactly the coziest, and like she's constantly getting, her mom's going in her room all the time, and she's paying rent, I mean, dang, like
it's a really interesting situation, and I think that they do a really compelling, balanced portrayal of her mom, where like you're loving. Almost set. Like, you're almost set up to not like her, like because Pika has beef, and because it seems like she's there, but she doesn't seem present, and she's having parties and all this. But like also, there's this other side of it where she is evidently a single mom. Her daughter is a college student. There's not really an implication that this is an ongoing or has been an ongoing thing throughout her life. It's just that this is something that is happening. I don't know. Like, it's I think it's an interesting space to kind of frame the mother in and kind of be like, I don't know, she's human too, and every time that her daughter needs her, and I say that with all caps, because if she just kind of needs her, it doesn't seem like she's going to let her do her thing. But, when Malik died, and when she cooked for the exhibition and stuff, like it's like, she's there when she needs her. And I think, is that the bare minimum? Probably, but I don't know, it didn't feel like there were strings attached, it didn't seem like she was there for her because she needed her to be there. It wasn't like, well, I will if you do this, or her love doesn't feel conditional, even though her presence almost feels paid, it's a weird balance to maintain that I think they do a really good job in ultimately not vilifying her, and again, ultimately humanizing her to a great extent.
I think Pika just kind of, she's very independent, or wants her space. I think more of like a respect thing. It's not like that she hates her mother for it. It's just kind of like, I'm paying rent here, I expect the same, treatment, or just like a higher level of respect, and like I think she's just kind of rebellious, or a little more rebellious. She knows she's got a talent though, she's confident. She's kind of slacking in class, or kind of going off on another student, and she's like, not actually turning anything really in, just kind of doing her thing on the side. But like, I think I love that point too, that she's like, what, does everyone have to have a 35mm camera to be, impactful, or like, is that really what it takes? And no, like these, like, I think the Polaroids themselves give it the feeling that she's going for. Like, like if it was just a normal developed picture, it feels more timeless. Like it feels like that's developed and forever. But a Polaroid, it is like it's an instantly captured picture. It's like that, it was right then and there. And both cameras, they work the same way, but I don't know why a Polaroid feels a little more just immediate, or it is just formed right then and there, I guess. Yeah, you don't have to do the whole negative and the whole, I don't know, that process. But
well, and I think that's what's super cool about, again, if you modernize this movie, there isn't much you have to do to evolve the point she's trying to make, because what she's really saying is that anything else can be tricks. A trick of the light, you can do a lot with your camera versus a Polaroid, which captures what is.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With a modern cell phone, you can put a filter on it or you can edit it immediately. And a Polaroid is just, it's what's in front of you and that's that.
Right then.
Now, don't get me wrong. To do tricks with a 35 millimeter camera and to make it look good without it being exactly what's in front of you takes talent. It's not it's not exactly just like anybody's gonna make it look easy. No, like it's photography's not easy. But I think that the reason she's into photography is different than what the advantages of that format can provide, and she knows what she's doing and why she wants to do it, and that ultimately gives her clarity of purpose, as it were.
Oh, she's got the drive, yeah. And yeah, she even hands out her pictures sometimes. Like, she doesn't keep all of them. She's got a stack, though. I love how, like, this is something she does. Like, this is actually her full-time job. Like, and
God damn, dude. And it, like, that part when they're sitting on the dock and, she's like, damn, when'd you take this picture? She goes, November. She goes, he died in November, She's like, oh, damn. She, like, takes out a pen and starts writing on it like it's, like it's just something that happened, and, can I have it? Was he your boyfriend? No, he's just a friend, and I forgot about him. Like, I forgot him. It's just, it's brutal. And then her being like, well, then I'll make you a copy. Like, almost like if you had a close relationship to the guy, yeah, sure, I'd give you this right now, but I'll go ahead and make you a photocopy. This, because it's still important to her too. It's not a it's not just some picture she took. It's part of a collection. It's part of a larger project for her. And I really love the character of Pica. I think she, again, very down to earth, very loving. And upon rewatch, the tarot card reading scene is probably, even first time around, it's one of the sweeter moments in the movie. So you kind of know that it's something that's going to stick with you. But the cards flipped, being like, oh, you're going to be depressed. Oh, the devil, that could be real bad, but it's reversed, so you're probably just going to get sick or something.
Yep.
And then the middle one being prosperity and happiness. It's literally the development of the movie. Malik's dead, she's sad, she gets sick, and then it all comes back around. Very, very, just a very all-encompassing, sweet scene. Again, between Malik and Pica. Just and gorgeous. I'm kind of astonished with as, again, DIY and low budget and everything as this film feels and is. It's beautiful to look at. Dude.
How'd they shoot that?
It's one of those. It's one of those beautiful moments. Whenever it's one of those beautiful movies where you realize, that it's not impossible to make a good movie with little money. Like you can get away with something special, without having $1 million to put into it.
Yeah, they did have like a pretty, I don't know if it was directly overhead, but like a really high up shot. Like,
it's a gorgeous shot. And I love that scene.
I wonder, just really tall ladder. Like, like what, like, I don't know. It's actually, okay. There is a picture of it. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it did. I don't know why. It seemed like it was so much higher up, like while watching.
No, yeah, it is. It is kind of at an angle though.
Wow. But yeah, no, it was like, I never had any problems with the visuals. And like there even were times where like it kind of like transitions from scenes, and there was one where it like panned right of like a Polaroid against something and then panned left just to see, and it's just like, dang, like that's another human.
The other incredibly rich thing about movies is that I'm calling this like a low budget, cheap movie, proof that you can do a lot with a little, and all that good stuff. Still cost $35,000 to make this movie.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very you gotta get a little money. Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta get a little money. And it was a grant from UCLA, is what it seems. Funded by the Rockefeller Media Fellowship.
That's actually kind of cool.
It was the budget was partially depleted by personal expenses and UCLA Film School costs prior to production. So the literal filming of the movie cost less than $35,000, but everything, including it.
Wow.
It's 16 millimeter film stock too, which is, I mean, it's film stock, so it's going to be expensive.
Yeah, and if you got another take, damn, that's no easy SD card. Hit the delete button, or no, that's there, for good. Yeah, but no, yeah, beautiful. The opening was just really, I don't know, like the title sequence or kind of just kind of coming into the movie was really cool. Yeah, and it I don't know, just felt like I did feel complete at the end, and I had a nice, like it was a nice kind of
it's
cry
a
and kind of bittersweet a little bit, with just a lot of it is like the exhibits or actual body, like,
they're memorials.
Died,
they're memorials.
It's
a real deal. And it reminds me, and there's been a few movies I've watched lately that have kind of reminded me of this. Have you ever seen that clip of Ethan Hawke, where he is basically just waxing poetic about art? And, he says, there are a lot of people that think of art as a want, something not necessary, not a necessity, but something that, just is, and you're happy to indulge in, and it's entertaining and all that. And then he says, but then you lose somebody, or you fall in love, or you get your heart broken, and all of a sudden you're searching for someone somewhere that's felt the same thing you have, and where you find it is in a song, or you find it in a movie. And he says at that point art becomes sustenance. And the concept of art as sustenance has been something that has always kind of existed to me, but to hear it so concisely put again by Ethan Hawke was something that really stuck with me. And it's this, and Hamnet is the other movie that recently made me feel like, oh God, that's what he's talking about. Because, like this movie truly does treat art as sustenance. It's a means to remember and to bond the community. Like it exists so that it brings people together, to not let go of those, to not forget, like that, as Toby says on that doc, where she's like, he was a friend and I forgot him, I forgot about him, but this photo reminded me.
Boom.
And now I'm back, and now I want it. I don't want to forget. And this memorial, the kid who comes up and asks her, can you build one of him? Like that's, God damn, that's heavy. And it's so casually handled and so casually discussed that it does, again, feel like an everyday occurrence. DRYLONGSO.
Yeah. It's so heartbreaking, but like how just any on it, like, I don't know what it is, but I saw it's a commercial for something, and I don't know what it is, but it's just a community having food together, right? It's just kind of like a girl puts food on a young girl's plate, and the young girl was all mad before, and then she was happy, and then like it was a football commercial. It made me cry out of nowhere, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Anytime I just see a group of people eating food together and just talking and having smiles on their face, that's one of the best feelings that there is just like seeing people come together for anything. It doesn't have to be remotely meaningful, but then whenever it's this stacked on top, and it's like, they're basically going to like a funeral, and it's like, it's there's so much else there. And it's like, I love a good old just that food looked so good. I mean, good. The greens, dude. I mean, I
need me those collard greens.
God. Oh my God. Yeah. So I mean, my mouth was watering and my eyes were watering. It was there was a lot going on at the end there. But
it's a special. And again, it's just a special movie, and far and away the least expensive movie out of the 4 we'll cover this month. All the other movies do have a much larger budget. I'd be willing to bet some people in those movies got paid that much to be in it.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts, but probably very true.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine Janet Jackson and Tupac Shakur in '93 weren't getting a fucking paycheck to be in a movie like Poetic Justice.
Let's see.
We brought up Boys in the Hood several times. Next week we will be covering Poetic Justice, which is the follow-up to Boys in the Hood by director John Singleton.
Yeah,
his sophomore film.
Tupac got paid $75,000.
That's what I was going to say.
So damn,
I believe it. I believe it.
That is insane. But yeah, no, it's gonna be cool. Very, very good variety. Again, I don't know, a very good slate.
That's kind of the aim this year for me. Was, I feel like last year, 2025, we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of bouncing around, and but we got not, I don't want to say bogged down, because I enjoy franchise coverage, but we spent 15 weeks out of the year covering 2 franchises. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of the year. That's a lot of the year. I don't strictly want to dive back into that realm. So, and again, such long-term commitments there. It was Mission Impossible 8 movies and the Alien franchise 7 movies. Yeah. And then we covered Alien Earth on Geek With Me, so it was like we spent a lot of time with the Alien franchise.
This is true. And yeah, we were very themed as well coming off. And I feel like I don't know, even though we are still theming or having some themes.
Yeah, it's a little bit more in the cinema surprise vein, where you do get a lot of variety. It's just like, what's one thing that binds these movies? Okay, let's follow that. Like, not strictly like, it's the same movie and the same movie, different universe, or same universe, different movie. It's just, I love this kind of thing. And this is one of the Black History Month here in February will bring us a lot of variety creatively. But again, as it is steeped in Black American culture, we will be dealing with a lot of the same themes that we deal with in DRYLONGSO, because that's just a fact of existence, specifically considering 3 of the 4 movies we are discussing are from a 10-year period, 89, 93, and then this one, 98. So this is actually the latest one in that triplet of movies, trilogy of movies. But it's
nice to, most people probably don't even know of this movie. It's so little, and just the fact that we could throw it in here and kind of like.
That's why I can't emphasize enough. You gotta get different streaming services. Like, I know that, like, obviously you want HBO Max, you want Disney Plus, you want Netflix. They're the big ones. They've got everything. Oh, buddy, there's some fucking gems on Tubi. Like, there's some hidden gems on fucking Plex. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want some good shit, you want some classic shit, hit the Criterion channel, for the love of God.
Yeah. Don't they even have a random shuffle button that you can just hit?
Yeah,
I think they have it just random movie. It'll just pick a movie. That's sick.
They've got a 24-hour stream going where it's just classic movies. You can jump in the middle of one and wait for the beginning of another. Like, it's they've got preset collections, like just movie even. Let's open the bag up. Let's really dig in there. And that's how I found DRYLONGSO. It's how I found Alma's Rainbow last year. It's how I find all sorts of small movies that wouldn't otherwise get their shine, is because you don't know
shit, until
even
you know.
On HBO and Netflix and Prime and all that good shit. Like, you scroll to the very end of some lists and you're like, what the fuck is this? Sure, why not? And then you find a gem. It's wonderful. And DRYLONGSO was one of those where I was just like, ooh, I like the name of this movie. The little graphic that's on the Criterion channel is very, very pretty for it. And I was like, yep, I'm going in. and thus.
It's beautiful. It's got the picture, the real death, and then human, physical death, and then the metaphorical death when your name is spoken for the last time. It's got that, kind of idea with the pictures, and then I think the fact, that the Criterion is also preserving this. It feels like it is like, no, you have to keep this movie alive so that this idea is also kept alive. And it's kind of
right.
It feels good. Yeah, the Criterion is that's a really good feeling. I know I don't pay for it myself, but man, one day when we don't have to password share or something, I feel like I should pay
Criterion's
for
real
it
enough
because it's so
Criterion's real enough that I don't think they'll ever do crackdown on password sharing.
Yeah, they're not about the money. There's just
it doesn't feel like. I mean, to an extent, you got to be about the
they're
money.
a
Running a business.
it's
To preserve what they've
understandable,
preserved, they have to
but-
spend money. So to spend money, you got to make money, and that's that. I get it.
But man,
Criterion Channel, you can get a lot of good stuff.
it's a beauty of a movie, and an easy one, easy to watch. Boom. Very
it's
fast.
like 86 minutes. 86 minutes or something like
Man.
that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 126. I mean, that's 1 hour 26 minutes, not 126. But I made it sound like. But yeah, no, it's a breeze, easy time to watch. Time wise, but emotionally, maybe not the easiest at times.
Yeah, I got off work and I was like, oh man, I've got a podcast in an hour and a half. I was like, I could go home and watch the movie again if I want to. Ultimately got crunched for time, ended up doing just a little bit of a rewatch some scenes, scrub through some others, rewatch some, scrub through others, and man, I don't know, I love it dearly. I think it's a gorgeous movie. I think it's really well written. I think it's really well shot and really well performed. Rare movie where if you go to IMDb and you look at it, there's only 2 actors with pictures. Everyone's got the gray random user icon and stuff. Like it's deep cut. Only 300 some reviews on IMDb at all, which is a very, very small number, especially compared to the ones we'll be covering this month. But I love spotlighting a movie like this every once in a while. And I hope that it led someone to a first viewing that they happen to love. I've never talked to anybody I've ever talked to online or otherwise where I'm like, DRYLONGSO, and they're like, DRYLONGSO. I'm like, you're my fucking dude. I'm like,
you already know.
I fuck with
it's
you. I'm like, I fuck with
Yeah.
you. Yeah, they ball. Good. Not a litmus test because it's not like, oh, obviously, if you don't know this, you don't know ball. No, but it's a good indicator. It's a good indicator of whether or not you do know ball, or if you've been given the opportunity to know ball.
Hey, you gave me the opportunity, so you already got one.
Happy to.
You led me to a
to
first
oblige.
viewing, and boom, I can say it was very much.
Do we got a month full of first viewings for you? Do we have so far this year 2 months worth of? Oh wait, no, Titanic and Past Lives. I forgot that we kicked off. We kicked off the year with a couple of ones that were rewatches for you. But since Wild at Heart, has it been first viewing?
It has, and this whole month will be. And if the plans for next month as well. I mean, I think also as. It will be another one. Yeah, I'm feasting. I love the first.
I get a rare first watch as I do cook the books over here. I said, I do typically pick the movies that we cover, and you're gracious enough to let me. I appreciate that.
No, you know ball. I have no reason not to trust you. You've given me every reason in the world to trust your movie judgment. That is, it's just an innate. It's not. I wouldn't even call it a talent. It's just an ability you have. You just know. We
call that
movies.
Taste, baby. We call that taste. It's
you got
it's
it.
a blessing and a curse. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a blessing. No, I love these movies, man. And that's the thing too, is something that I'm doing again this year on Letterboxd for those who may be interested, you can follow me on Letterboxd, Colton Robertson. You can follow Joe on Letterboxd as well.
That's true. I have no idea what my username is.
Constantly reviewing movies. I don't log a movie without reviewing it. That's one of my hard and fast rules. Whether that is one of those one sentence reviews or I usually put in a paragraph about general feelings about the movie, and if it resonates to a certain degree, I'll go a little deeper. But something I changed last year was that I was only rating 5-star first viewings.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that was because I watch a lot of movies I love a lot. And rewatching a bunch of 5-star movies makes my Letterboxd look like I'm a 5-star slut. And this year, I was like, you know what? Anything that I've got at 5 stars, I'm throwing the 5 stars at it. I'm throwing the 5 stars at it. And the reason they stick out is because I don't rate anything else. You know what I'm saying? So if you see stars on my profile, it's 5 stars.
It's just that. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why it sticks out so much. But this year I went, fuck it. I am a 5-star slut. I love these movies, and I want you to know I love these movies. You know, so I went back to that. So I've got a just a array of green on my Letterboxd right now. At the start of the year here, because it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun to watch a lot of movies I love, and DRYLONGSO, it's right there for me. It's right there for me. And here, before long, we're going to go ahead and rate that movie on a scale of 1 to 10. But in the meantime, I'll do a couple plugs. Well, really just one plug, because one of the shows just ended earlier this week.
No.
Yeah, we're officially past. I know. We recorded this a while back, so it's been done for us for a while. But we did a Twin Peaks podcast called Fire Pod with me, friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. I rewatched it, Joe watched it for the first time, and we got all the way through every episode, the movie, The Missing Pieces, and then Season 3, The Return, week by week, episode by episode, from February 24th through February 2nd of this year. So it took a while, almost a year-long project, and we got it done just earlier this week. Great pleasure. If you've never watched Twin Peaks, you gotta. And if you happen to want a podcast to go with it, we've got it for you. Joe can attest to how special a first-time viewing it is.
I wish I could have it again. I've said before that I wish I could have the superpower of forgetting what memory, like choosing
selective memory.
Yeah. Yes, and it was for Interstellar. Before was like the main reason, and now there's a rival. It is like, I don't know which one I'd rather experience first, because Interstellar, it is so good, but it's only one movie and that's it. But Peaks was, oh my god,
it's only 2 hours and it's only 2.5 hours. I get that. Yeah. 2.5 episodes of The Return, and there's 18 of those.
Yeah. And so, but no, I'm on the second viewing now, and there's a whole different lens to watch it through now. So it's
and that's why that's why the podcast is also friendly to the rewatcher, because you will love, if you have seen it, you will love how much I tease Joe. I drop so much information on him without him knowing that I'm dropping information on him. I lead him astray. He is run amok. It's beautiful.
I spit some stupid ass theories too, like that. I think that'd be so it's so nice that I can go back and see what I was thinking every episode, and how far off I was. But man, wow, yeah, it's weird. Yeah, like it was over already. We have closed it up, but knowing that just in time of release now, it is like there's no more plug. It is like actually kind of over.
I probably will be plugging it for a little bit, but there will come. I wonder when the last podcast I wonder when it happens where I just let it go and I don't mention it anymore, because it's been habitual for a while.
Yeah.
Specifically here on the Sentimentalists, because we don't do Geek With Me as regularly, so it's just yeah, it's weird. Wow. It is strange. It's a strange feeling, but it's not our only other show. We also do Geek With Me, as I mentioned. And right now we're in the midst of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is ongoing. Yes. We're talking about that pretty weekly. Wonder Man just came out. I'm loving it. I'm almost done with it. I'm almost done with it, and I didn't think I would breeze through it like I did. I just couldn't put it down, and it's been a while since a Marvel show did that to me, so I'm excited to talk about it on Geek With Me. And then Daredevil Born Again's around the corner. Darth Maul, the Shadow Lord, is around the corner. We've got a lot to look forward to on Geek With Me, and it's not stopping anytime soon, not slowing down, especially since FirePod With Me concluded. And things here are not stopping either. I mentioned a lot of the other stuff that we've got coming up. DRYLONGSO was today, but on Valentine's Day, next Saturday, we'll be discussing Poetic Justice, starring Tupac and Janet Jackson, the John Singleton movie. Very excited for that. The week after that, we'll be doing Do the Right Thing from Spike Lee, obviously a legend. If you're talking great black filmmakers, you are never not going to mention Spike Lee. And then we are going to top the month off with Nickel Boys, a Best Picture nominee that for me was the pick for last year. I wish for the life of me it would have won Best Picture, but it wasn't gonna, and that's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It should have, but it's it is what it is. I've learned to accept that, which I cannot change. We'll
give
love
it
Nickel
flowers.
Boys though.
Yeah.
We'll be giving it flowers. Ramel Ross just cooked with that movie, so I'm very, very excited. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you come on back. In the meantime, let's rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 10. As and while we rate this movie, take the opportunity to scroll to the bottom of Apple Podcasts or the top of Spotify or whatever and leave a 5-star rate and review wherever you might be listening. Download the episode. So go ahead and do that. We're going to be rating this episode. It's rate and review time for us and for the listener. That's how I'm going to sell this from now.
The Uno number.
All things considered, all those feelings you've got to put on a scale of 1 to 10. You can even use 0.25 intervals because I care about you.
Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm thinking. I am somewhere in the 8s, I believe. In its high 8. I think the 8.75 felt good. 9 just felt a little too high. I don't know why. But there was just some hesitation. And I guess wherever there's hesitation, I go with just what feels more guttural. And the good old 8.75 just felt what jumped out at me.
That's where you're drawn, and I respect it. I kind of get it. I can't say that a 9 out of 10 is a very, very it's a great movie. That's a highly rated movie.
That's what we gave. That's what I gave Frankenstein, I guess, as the most recent 9.
Then that makes this an easy 8.75 in my opinion. Okay. I tend to agree with that. I think that as much as I love the way it makes me feel, and it makes me feel in abundance, I think it's really well performed. I think it's beautiful to look at. We started the episode out with a lot of questions that I don't feel like I strictly did get answered, or that I feel again, and I do think it's a me thing. I don't strictly think it's a movie thing, but
everything else was tied up in a bow. Perfect. The serial killer thing is really the only thing that's kind of like
very interesting thread to pull, and one that I think does just one of those any choice that makes you furl your brow and go it's like, okay, that's always going to make sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a not so good thing. Here I can't really decide how I feel about it. And therein, I still feel very good about the movie. Very, very good about the movie. But it does prevent it from going any higher than that on the cinemenometer for me. Yeah.
And it is really just in relative terms with all the rest of the movies. I did give it a nice 4.5 on Letterboxd, so I guess that would be up to a 9.
I briefly threw it the 5. Threw it the 5, and then I took it down. Because it's a gut feeling. When I'm in the throes of passion.
You just know
that sounds sexual, but I just mean
it's what movies are. The brain's way of having sex, I think, or the heart and brain having sex together. Something's happening there.
Is the version of that.
Oh, yeah, wait, let's just cut out the middleman.
I guess somebody could say
that's
that.
true.
It's a really stellar movie, and it does make me feel a lot. And
yeah,
it's one that I will never stop recommending, and I think that has incredible value. So, DRYLONGSO, our first step in Black History Month, is now behind us. We will be moving on next week to Poetic Justice, and I'm very, very excited. But with that, I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It is always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, love and care for your community, and fuck ICE.